Can you believe it's been years? Yes, years since Will Ferrell donned that unforgettable green suit, traveled through the 7 levels of the candy cane forest, and crashed into our hearts as the endearingly out-of-place Buddy in the holiday classic Elf? Picture it. Snow swirling around the Empire State Building, a giant man-child squeezing through tiny elf doors, and a world of Christmas cheer that, let's be real, none of us has quite gotten over. But have you ever found yourself wondering what's happened to that star-studded cast since their magical marshmallow-stuffed ride with Santa? From Will Ferrell's wide-eyed wonder, to Zooey Deschanel's golden voice, to James Caan's unforgettable gruff dad energy, the Elf cast captured pure holiday magic. Today, we're dusting off the snow, opening the vault, and revealing the before and after journey of the beloved Elf cast. So, pour yourself a steaming mug of cocoa, pull those fuzzy socks a little higher, and let's slay right into the world of Elf, then and now. Will Ferrell, Buddy the Elf himself. It's impossible to overstate what Ferrell brought to that role or how much his larger-than-life performance lit up every scene. Back then, Ferrell was fresh off his Saturday Night Live stardom, bouncing from one comedic hit to another, and Buddy was the character that, for so many fans, solidified his place in Hollywood's comedic Hall of Fame. He had that magical blend of innocence and absurdity, whether he was dumping syrup on spaghetti or spinning through a revolving door until he was dizzy. And who could forget the way he approached every new human encounter with wide-eyed excitement, hugging a raccoon, trying perfume as mouthwash, or declaring, "I just like to smile, smiling's my favorite." Ferrell's Buddy didn't just bring laughter, he brought heart, gluing the film together with pure, childlike joy. Now, seeing Will Ferrell out and about grayer at the temples, his comedic timing as sharp as ever, you get this jolt. Buddy has grown up. Fans spot him at events and still shout "Buddy" from across the street. That infectious energy hasn't faded. While Ferrell has tackled a string of bigger-than-life roles over the years, ranging from offbeat anchormen to soccer dads, his time as Buddy is the touchstone. Everywhere he goes, people recall that sparkly-eyed elf who single-handedly reignited their belief in Christmas spirit. And Ferrell himself? He embraces it. He speaks fondly of those days, sharing quips about stuffing himself into child-sized costumes and singing loud for all to hear, of course. It's clear, for Will Ferrell, Buddy the Elf is never far away, no matter how many red carpets he graces today. Let's turn that glittery snow globe and take a look at Zooey Deschanel. She entered the Elf universe as Jovi, the skeptical blue-eyed store clerk with a knockout voice that made shower duets sound like gold. Back in those days, Zoe's quirky girl charm wasn't yet the pop culture sensation it would later become. In Elf, she was mysterious, a little weary of Buddy's relentless cheer, but just vulnerable enough to melt when he broke through her icy defenses with pure, unfiltered kindness. Fans everywhere remember that surprise moment, Jovi starting to sing, her clear, soft voice blending with Buddy's off-key joyfulness, turning a department store into an unexpected holiday haven. It wasn't just Buddy who was enchanted. Audiences everywhere took note. Over the years, Deschanel rode that wave, and her elf role became the prelude to a whole new image. Today, Zooey Deschanel is instantly recognizable, her signature bangs and vintage style unmistakable. But you can still catch a trace of Jovi in her someone shy but brave enough to sing out loud, someone who finds magic in the most unlikely places. Whether fans encounter her performing with her folk duo or starring in new television adventures, there's always a glimmer of Christmas lights in her smile, just as there was in Gimbel's department store all those years ago. And now, let's talk about a presence that brought gravity and grit to the tinsel-wrapped tale James Caan. He played Walter Hobbs, Buddy's skeptical workaholic father, the kind of guy who rolls his eyes at Christmas pageantry and who just couldn't believe this 6'3" elf in front of him was his son. In the world of Elf, Walter was the necessary counterweight, a Scrooge in training whose eventual softening gave us one of the movie's most satisfying arcs. During Elf, James Caan was already a Hollywood legend, known for tough guys and dramatic roles. But watching him spar with Will Ferrell, unleashing exasperation in every scene, only to, eventually, begrudgingly join in the holiday spirit, gave fans a whole new way to see him. That final scene, when Walter finally sings in Central Park and saves Christmas right alongside Buddy, still tugs at the heartstrings. Seeing Caan since then is a bittersweet trip down memory lane. He remains a Hollywood heavyweight, respected, revered, and frequently remembered for that perfect blend of bark and warmth he brought to Walter Hobbs. Audiences to this day credit Elf for revealing James Caan's hilarious human side, one that breaks through even the grumpiest of hearts. But oh, the lineup doesn't stop there. This cast is stacked with memorable personalities, each one adding a sprinkle of sugar and spice to this festive favorite. Enter Mary Steenburgen, the ever-patient, always supportive mother, Emily Hobbs. In the film, she was the warm balance to James Caan's chilly exterior, instantly accepting Buddy's strange North Pole story and making him feel at home, Christmas tree and all. Steenburgen's gentle wisdom and genuine warmth were enough to thaw even the coldest New Yorker's heart. Her role as Emily gave the holidays an extra helping of love and understanding. Mary Steenburgen today continues to shine, always ready with a knowing smile, always game for the next adventure. Fans of Elf see her and remember that loving presence, the woman who made syrup-soaked breakfasts and encouraged family, no matter how unconventional. It's no wonder she remains such a favorite. Emily Hobbs didn't just embrace Buddy, she embraced all of us. And let's not leave out Daniel Tay. Younger fans especially remember him as Michael Hobbs, Buddy's little half-brother. Equal parts skeptical and secretly delighted by the prospect of a real-life elf in the family. As Michael, Tay delivered the big kid energy missing from so many Christmas movies, a skeptic turned believer in under 2 hours. He was the straight man to Buddy's wild antics, rolling his eyes until the moment Christmas spirit took over. When Michael teams up with his new, oversized brother to save the day, the result is holiday magic. As for Daniel Tay today, fans still look back and smile at how he captured everything we love about the wonder of childhood. While some of the actors have remained in the spotlight, Tay is remembered as the elf kid who cracked the code. Sometimes you have to believe to see the real magic. And then how could we forget Bob Newhart? In Elf, he was Papa Elf, Buddy's surrogate father, and the heart of the North Pole. With his soft-spoken wisdom and perfectly timed dry humor, Newhart brought a gentle, guiding force to the movie, delivering lines that fans still quote. Whether he was quietly building toys or explaining Buddy's human-sized clumsiness with a twinkle in his eye, Papa Elf made belief feel easy. Bob Newhart, even now, carries that same serene gravitas. His brief but powerful presence in Elf remains one of the most beloved parts of the movie, and every fan who sees him today recognizes him as the heart and soul of that North Pole workshop, forever making toys, forever believing in a little more Christmas cheer. Let's take a second to highlight those North Pole cameos. Who could forget Leon the Snowman? With his smooth-voiced wisdom, he was the island of calm in a sea of peppermint chaos, helping Buddy set off on his epic journey. And then there's Faizon Love, who played the beleaguered Gimbals manager. Love's deadpan responses and reluctant involvement in Buddy's adventures delivered laugh after laugh. That iconic scene, 6-inch ribbon curls, honey, 6 inches, is still meme-worthy and instantly recognizable. Even the smaller roles, Peter Dinklage's unforgettable cameo as children's author Miles Finch, ready to go toe-to-toe with Buddy in a boardroom brawl for the ages, are locked in holiday history. Each cast member left a mark, from department store elves to North Pole narwhals. Looking at the Elf main cast as they stand now, there's a certain magic in knowing how that single holiday film can stay with us. The story may be rooted in Christmas, but the warmth isn't seasonal, it's evergreen. Will Ferrell, Zooey Deschanel, James Caan, Mary Steenburgen, Daniel Tay, Bob Newhart, Faizon Love, and those iconic cameos, they're more than just a cast. They're the dream team who made belief, family, and childlike wonder the headline act for a new generation of movie fans. So, as you revisit Elf this year and see familiar faces lighting up the screen, think of the paths they've all taken since how their mischievous, heartfelt, unforgettable performances set the gold standard for holiday movies. For each member of the Elf cast, the years since their magical adventure have been full of new journeys, But when December rolls around, they're right back in our homes, bringing joy, laughter, and yes, plenty of syrupy spaghetti. Now, we want to know who's your favorite elf character and what's your favorite moment from the movie. Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you loved this trip down memory lane with Buddy, Jovi, Walter, Emily, Michael, Papa Elf, and the rest, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned because we have plenty more celebrity story time coming your way. Stay sparkling, keep spreading cheer, and never forget,